With everything you need to know coming into this weekend's tournament, this is the DrMC Precap Show. I'm Ook the Librarian.
And I'm Savage Octagon. Thanks to Ook for coming up with the awesome idea for this pre-show. And since you all liked it so much last month, we're here once again to give you the month's Dr. Mario news. This past week, I had the honor of representing the Dr. Mario community at Flame Fatales, the all-female speedrunning event from Games Done Quick. With the queen of combos herself, Betty B, as my commentator, I raised money for Malala Fund with the 0 to 10 Dr. Mario Shuffler. Thanks to everyone who pumped us up in chat and supported us with donations.
And speaking of all-female events, this last week we had the VBL Weird Season Finals on August 6th, and because Noizzle and Crimson were our finalists, and they're both located in Southern California, they decided to do everything live at Noizzle's house.
Ooh, that's not where Crimson wanted that, over the middle. Oh, and Crimson. Oh, that's going to be it.
Good game. GG.
That is.
Thanks to Barrett and Doc on the call there, and congratulations to Noizzle for her first Virus Buster League Championship.
And in more versus news, 12 players battled it out in the final bracket of the Sedona Regional Qualifier at Game On Expo in Phoenix, Arizona this past weekend. Congratulations to our winner, Noizzle, and runner-up Doc, who are eligible to compete in the immunity pool for the top seeds in the DrMC Versus Championships at Torg Gaming Expo in Columbus in November.
And turning from Versus play on to our current speed tournament, we've got a rundown of the standings, and here are the changes from last month. First off, there's no change in the top four, and we expect very little movement there for the remainder of the season. But you'll want to keep an eye on Adelito this month. He is just 4 points away from mathematically guaranteeing himself the #1 seed overall this December.
In the 5th through 8th seeds, the race between Swang and JonDatFlindo is particularly exciting, with each taking advantage of the other's absence in back-to-back months. Last month, Swang vaulted over John with a trip to the second round, but a win from John could put him back on top. He faces a tough first-round opponent this month in our 7th seed Packy.
We've got lots of movement in the 9 to 12 seeds, with Betty getting a win last month, and that vaulted her over an Idle Floyd. But our biggest mover this month is Dawn, who jumps up 4 spots this month to join 4 other players currently tied at 32 points.
And also poised to make an exciting run up the standings is Influx, who is hitting the 3-event requirement for year-end qualification this month. He currently has 30 points, which right now puts him at 15th seed. Considering those points come from 2nd place and semifinal finishes, though, participating in more events means it's almost a guarantee that we will see Influx seeded a lot higher. There are quite a few players who are able to clinch those last seeds, and currently Dars and Larva are locked in a tie for the last couple of spots.
And speaking of that race for the last spot, it's not just Dars and Larva. We've also got 3 other players who are aiming for that spot. You're going to want to pay special attention this weekend to matches from Dars, Bidwell, and The Dave, along with next weekend's silver bracket matches to see how that race is shaping up. Also, we want to be sure to welcome Yumate Tsubasa and Every Time We Slay, both of whom are reaching their 3rd tournament and qualification for year-end tournament by playing this month.
We know that qualifying for year-end gold and silver championships requires participation in 3 regular season events. August is the 3rd to last month in our regular tournament series, which means if any new players enter the September or October tournaments, they won't be able to vie for championship glory. As it stands, we have at least 9 players eligible for the year-end silver bracket, so if you've already played once or twice before this year, get in here and secure that spot.
And that's going to do it for us here at the Precap. Definitely want to hang around for the tournament action coming up. For that, we're going to send it down to the booth.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our August 2023 Gold Bracket Speedrun Tournament for the Dr. Mario Championship. My name is Larva12. I'm joined in the booth by Swong. Swong, how are you today?
Yo, yo, yo! I'm doing great. Thank you for inviting me into the booth in this excellent evening here. I mean, I'm ready to see some fantastic matches, and we have not one, not two, but three of them for tonight's festivities in this round one of August Gold Speedrun. What is this? Where's the first match that we have here, Larva? I don't even know what's going on with this. What is the first one we have tonight?
Our first match is going to be our number 4 seed Ibar versus number 13 BSG or Chris Bidwell. Ibar got a personal best, one of, I believe, 7 personal bests in this month. So he got that with his second qual into level 18. And Bidwell, almost everybody here knows him. Chris Bidwell is one of our founders. And if you were at the Game On Expo last weekend in Phoenix, Arizona, you got to see him both run the stream. We apologize for that audio. We are working on getting everything up to YouTube for that stream. And you also got to see him play. So I think we're going to just jump right into everything.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. I particularly like the 4 and a 13 matchups and the 3 and a 14 matchups. I mean, this is the wild card amongst wild cards, but I must say with both these players, they are very skilled in both their options. Bidwell's really just a really heavy combo player, has switched it up there. Ibar, not to be scoffed at, is a very strong versus player, but both these players can really switch up their styles when it comes to the versus, the speed run, the combo, the score. I mean, they have it all, and so it's really just who's going to be able to put their finesse on tonight and who's going to be able to put it on better. So I'm really excited to see this one playing out.
Yeah, and this we actually have. I know we talk a lot about the women of Dr. Mario. This is the dads of Dr. Mario. BSG's kiddo actually made our combo mascot that we've seen pop up the last couple of months, and as you can tell, one of Ibar's twins is rocking in the background, rocking to type off, I believe.
And it looks like we have a countdown in 3, 2, 1, and pills the first round between our 4 seed Ibar and our 13 seed BSG 4000. Chat, who do you have taking this game? Is it going to be a decider? Is it going to be a clean sweep? I don't really know because they're both fantastically skilled, but both players putting on an excellent quick set of plays here. Going to top down vertical clears are both these players here, Larva.
Yes, we do see that a lot from Chris Bidwell. Most of the time he does like to try to play a very top-down style. Nothing wrong with that at all. It is perfectly fine. I know some people play differently. Cough, cough, swung. You play very differently than that. But, like we say every month, there's not really a wrong way to play Dr. Mario unless you're not playing at all.
I think everyone can agree with that. Whether people are playing Fever or Chill, if you're not playing it, then something's a little amiss there. But I will say that nothing is amiss with both these players. I mean, they're playing a clean board. Bidwell down to his final 2 viruses. Ibar with a nice drop with a very clean endgame as well. Ibar's going to be out first though. As soon as he gets this next red, he's out of 114, which is a really excellent time. But Bidwell right behind him with his last red, also out of 114. Excellent work.
Exactly. We are going to go with the times that we have in our timers, not in real time. There was a very nice tuck by Ibar to get some of those viruses off without needing to change his plans for things that he had already set up.
Right, and a lot of these players are going to be in these early levels, especially in this round 1 here, Larva, a lot of these plays are going to be with a lot of gaps in between the board. It's not going to be we'll see a mostly top-down strategy trying to clear things up, but we're going to see a lot of maneuvering. As we see on Bidwell's board, he's got a lot of red in his top line. I think it's pretty much nearly an all red top line. So he's going to be maneuvering non-red pills around, and you'll see that with his first level. It's can really hamstring a lot of the players when it comes to their decision making. But keeping that flexibility is what Bidwell's doing. And if we look at Ibar's board, he's also got a predominantly red top line as well. So they're going to be making some creative plays to clear up the rest of their viruses here. But Ibar off the lead at 8.
Yes, Ibar in the lead by about 7 viruses. He does still have a lot of red and no use for yellow at all. Okay. I was wondering what he was going to do. He had tossed a couple of red fragments away, which I wasn't too sure about, given that he needed a lot of red, but he is still playing that pretty well. I think Bidwell's going to take that red in column 2 horizontally so that he can drop that last blue fragment onto his blue and get out. You can tell he really wants the game to start cooperating with him.
Jeez, and he really was. I mean, that was the best way to do that. So, golly, but he's out of 310. He's not really pleased with that. But I mean, what can you do when a doctor doesn't really give you that sort of RNG? You know, that's what we expect to see from NES style Dr. Mario RNG. And it's a matter of when these players get dealt a hand like that, is whether or not they can keep their cool going into the next level here. But as we say, that looks like Bidwell opening and about keeping some diversity in his board. Now has only reds and blues to deal with here. Meanwhile, Ibar has a mostly yellow and blue top line. So again, a little bit of diversity issues for both boards and both players here. Bidwell taking an L to expose part of his board here. He is going to drill down that blue, the red down into the blue to get a little bit more flexibility in his board. But yeah, both players struggling with some interesting sets of RNG.
Yes, I do like some of the flexibility that Ibar has been able to keep with his board. I would have hoped that he would have used that slight red blitz in order to take care of the red that's in row 1, but it's not needed anymore.
Excellent drop combo envisioned by Ibar. That was really cool. He had no use for that set of pills on top. But he did strategically place on top, so when things cleared down, he was able to make it really efficient with his clears here. I like this horizontal setup that Ibar has going on. He's going to drive on. Look at that massive combo from Ibar, taking out about 6 or 7 viruses with one fell swoop.
And the way he had everything set up was really good for his outcome that he wanted. And he was able to see everything that was coming. He was able to keep with everything, and he didn't have to wait too long to get what he needed. Because you know just as well as I do, every once in a while you have a really great setup, and you have to wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. So he didn't have to wait, and that's half of the game with speedrunning, is getting what you need when you need it.
Absolutely. Sometimes we have these great setups upon setups, and sometimes it's a matter of whether or not we decide to pull the plug on these setups or whether or not we try and make a suboptimal play to make that happen. But as we say that, Bidwell, again, just needing 1 red to get out. This has been a really unkind seed for Bidwell here. He's out of 534, which is really not a time to anyone wants to see out of level 8. But I like his top line that he's got going on. He could probably make some damage with it. But at this point, Ibar is down to 8 viruses, where Bidwell's at 38 viruses. This is going to be a really uphill battle.
Yeah. Not only is Ibar now down to 5, each one of them has a pill fragment or more stacked on top of it. They're all ready to go. They just need the last little bit. And he's going to get that and out at a 610.
Well, 610, that is really, really close. Ibar, his all-time best is a 602, and putting up a 610 and a low 6 is really just a fantastic time there. So Ibar putting on a clinic and starting his Friday evening off with a bang.
Yeah, I think the baby percent is really working for him.
Oh, most definitely.
Oh, and I think he's going to play with the other one in his arms for the second game.
It appears so. That's going to be awesome there. Let's go.
We're going to have double baby percent.
if one baby equals 610, what are two babies equal? That's what we're gonna figure out. Chat, if you know the math behind that, plug it in the chat. But right now, I think it's going to be a scorching time from Ibar if he's expecting to get baby percent into this game too here.
Yeah, double baby percent sounds like a hot time to me.
Most definitely. Bidwell saying in chat, how can I compete with that? I'm sure Bidwell. If anyone has strats for Bidwell, send them on over here. The twins percent and the baby percent is also a very tough meta to face up against. It's a meta that is I don't know how to solve it. So, but Bidwell taking a breather. He's going to go off camera for a bit. He may have some tricks up his sleeve to match the twin percent. Let's see how it pans out. Now, the real question is, when the babies listen to comm, does it help them go to sleep, or does it put them to sleep? And so we'll have to ask Ibar later whether or not we're helping out.
That would have to be with Ook. Ook has the most soothing voice, like an ASMR type voice, so he would be the one to be able to lull people to sleep. Not in any bad way, Ook. That is a very big compliment.
You know, if Ook had his voice commission on a Waze app, if Ook had
I have to boo that. It calms them down. Boo.
Oh, there we go. We have combo percent, the mascot versus twin percent on Ibar's side. This is going to be wild. Wow, there we go. Let's do this here. I didn't even know they had a stuffed mascot of a combo. I'm going to see if what we can possibly do to get one of my own, because that is super adorable and really, really swaggy. So that is cool. Absolutely cool.
I have some information on that. I will only divulge that if Bidwell gives me the okay to.
All right, so Bidwell with his top secret strats and Ibar with his baby strats going on in here. We're going to get some readies for both players before we get into this game 2 between our 4 and our 13 seed. Waiting on that here, and as soon as we get that here, we will get it fired off here. Ibar with some readies and Bidwell some readies. We get a countdown. Alarva, do the honors.
Okay, we're gonna get that in our chat. 3, 2, 1, pills.
Pills. I had to sneak it in. Sorry, I had to do it. Let's get the hype going. Game 2 between the 4 and the 13. And I'm already liking Ibar's first set of plays here. Yellows and blues to fire it up there. And he's going to get everything set up here. Top down is usually what we're going to see these first bit of levels here. Ibar with some of that strategic garbage. Not going to clear it up, but he's going to expose the rest of his board here. And Bidwell doing some interesting maneuvering to keep it there. But both players have a very interesting board. I kind of like Bidwell's board. He's got a little more flexibility if it doesn't happen. Although when I say that, he's got a lot of yellows if he doesn't get those yellow pills here, Larva.
Yeah, I do also think that Bidwell's board is a little floatier, which I'm not always a super huge fan of, but sometimes it can work. He is bringing it down pretty well without a huge, insane amount of drop time, though I'm not liking the amount of yellows that are left on his board. He doesn't have any reds, 3 blues, and the rest are yellow.
Yeah, it's a little tricky, and when the player is given these situations where you have yellows kind of spaced in a way here, one really should consider thinking about trying to geometrically solve it to minimize the amount of yellows. And it was a little tricky because these yellows were in a way where you couldn't really make your T's or your L's in a very strategic way, although Bidwell making some quick work out of it, and he has figured out a good way to use as little yellows as possible here, down to 3. But as we take a look at Ibar's board, he's got the same situation, but with a lot of blues here. He's going to have to be strategic with his plays as well to minimize the amount of pills he's going to be using here.
Yeah, and Bidwell, again, these seeds are not liking him when he has one virus left. But he is already out, and some of that is just the coding of the game. Blue pills are the least frequently seen pill in the game just because of the way that everything is coded.
Ibar playing a little high, also had the same problem looking for some blues. He's a little miffed by that level. He's out at a 157, about 30 seconds behind Bidwell, as Bidwell's going on a tear with this. I like the bottom part of Bidwell's board. Got some possibilities for some verticals as well as horizontals, provided that he's able to open up the board in a very fashionable way, is Bidwell here. But as we take a look at Ibar, he's got a bracket set up on his left side to prevent that drop time, and he's brought it back to about 5 viruses, is Ibar.
Yeah, I like that tuck from Ibar to use the yellow that he needed, but also really use that red. Oh, and that L. I like that L. Very well played.
Ooh, very nice there.
All the thing is again, he is out of yellows.
Yeah,
And
he's
he
gonna
still
have to.
has 10, 11 viruses left on his board.
He is going to get set up where it is strategically used. He has everything set up on that left side. I do like how he's going to signal with that horizontal clear with the reds. I think it's a smart approach to do that. But it's kind of interesting because he's got reds and blues and reds, and each of those pieces to get them all cleared up is going to be interesting. I like that T. Wow, that was excellent vision from Ibar.
Very, very nice. And he's setting up good. He's setting up as well for some of that drop horizontal action. He's out at a 324.
Wow, he's really brought the gap
And
down. Bidwell out at 320. Wow.
Yeah, it is very, very close at this point. But yeah, I agree. Ibar's done a very good job of erasing the deficit that he had.
Absolutely, and they're making some really heads-up plays here. They're dropping everything in a very fashionable way here. I see Bidwell probably going to clear up those blues. Is he going to take that out? No, he's going to go ahead and vertically clear it up there. I think that's when it was a little bit of a gap. It's a little difficult to do that. He's going to probably drill on that left side. He is going to do that, and at this point now, he just needs to expose some reds because he's just getting a lot of blues there. But it's looking pretty good there. But Ibar with a very small lead over Bidwell. 2 viruses now over our 13 seed.
Yeah, Bidwell at the nearing the end of his board, he has a lot of yellow and blue to deal with. I do like that. He is able to take some of them out in pairs and different combos. He's getting combo luck, I guess, combo RNG because of the combo sitting next to him.
And I don't know if you saw that Bidwell had kind of a monochromatic left side here, has since removed that monochromaticness on his board and has really diversified it there, taking it where everything is as flexible as you can. I do like this drop. If he gets any blue, he's going to be able to, well, he killed the combo. Now it came back up there. He is going to drop it down. Bringing it down here, he needs a couple of, I see, he is going to expose that. Dropping it down. Now you see the blue to get out of here. And it's a really close game between these 2 players here. But Bidwell out at 504 and Ibar torching this level 9 right here, Larva.
Oh, I like this drop combo from Ibar. Very nice to see. Very good awareness of everything on his board and how it all works together.
He had the setups upon setups there, dropping it down. Ibar has minimal garbage going into this, and Bidwell also playing a very clean board as well. He's going to bracket over things to the side here, but I don't really like the spire that's in the 5th column for Bidwell. He's, especially since the next pill is a blue pill, so he's going to have to, and that double blue is fantastic. He does clear it up. I like that board diversity now, Larva.
Yeah, he had, I think it was 3 or 4 columns in a row that had blue as their top line, and we don't really like to see that because if you get stuck with bad RNG, doctor doesn't like you that day because you coughed wrong or something, then you're going to be stuck with with those pills and you won't be able to do anything. So that's why we like to have all of that different all of those different colors on the top line. Give you that diversity and keep you from having to be angry at the doctor, basically.
I like the stuff that Ibar has. He's gonna place the blues on the top. He's gonna de-sandwich that red to make sure. Now he just needs 2 reds here. He's got it all set up and good to go. Just needs there a little bit of a tuck with the red, and Ibar is going to be out at a 649. But Bidwell just needing a couple more reds and blues, and just squeaking by is victory. Victorious is Ibar. Look at that within 4 seconds.
Seconds.
Wow.
Ooh.
That was a nail biter right at the nick of time. Ibar goes ahead and squeaks that victory out of from Bidwell's floor there. Man, what a GG between these two players.
And our next match is going to be our number 6 seed Floyd versus our number 11 OoktheLibrarian. And we will see that once we come back. This is the Dr. Mario Championship.
And welcome back to the DrMC August Gold Speedrun Tournament here. This is an excellent way to kick off the evening. We had Ibar versus BSG as the way to kick off the evening here. We have another fantastic lineup between Floyd 1977, our 6th seed, and our 11th seed, OoktheLibrarian here. But joining me in the booth is Savage Octagon. Savage, how are we doing this evening?
I feel great, and I'm currently loving seeing this matchup between Ook and Ook. But but these two have met many times. This is the 5th time that they're meeting. And Floyd has swept the series so far. Ook has not won against Floyd. But this is a different Ook than, we were used to seeing for the last couple of years. He's been on fire recently, Swang.
Yeah, his qualifying scores have been really off the charts. He's been really dropping his average times here. He took a couple first round one victories over a few of his opponents. I mean, this is definitely a much improved Ook here. And we must say, since people are playing in this speed run and being a part of this community, people are really, really upping their game here. So we're going to see some fantastic magic coming out of from OoktheLibrarian as he puts on an absolute clinic for Floyd 1977's battle.
Excellent. We are so excited to watch this match, and we got a ready from Ook and a ready from Floyd, so we will have our countdown in just a few seconds here. Playing levels 6 through 9. And 3, 2, 1.
Pills! Both players are rocking the team off strategy. I know that Floyd is a very devout team off player here, but we have this over here, Ook doing some tucks. You're going to see a little bit of a top down, pretty much a straightforward strategy from Floyd. He's going to just chop through these pills as quickly as we can. And as we see that, Floyd maintaining a clean top line here and really minimizing his garbage here. And Ook with some little bit of a complicated plans there, but nothing he can't take care of here, Savage.
Yeah, definitely. Ook had a little bit of trouble with red at the very beginning. There was a red that was placed slightly in an iffy fashion, and now he's got to clean out that red that's in column 4, but he still needs a bunch of red on the other columns. But still, very, very close so far. We don't have a timer for Floyd, but we know that these two on the screen by virus count very close. And Ook's board has a lot of great opportunities for doubles and combos. But now, as I say that, Floyd has pulled ahead, and his board is looking really, really nice. He just needs to tuck in between these blues and then one red, and he's all free and clear to get out of this level.
Wow, I'm noticing, as we said that Ook had a really quick and improved play. I saw a lot of tucks coming from Floyd's play. He was really just like maneuvering these pills with just grace and just speed coming from Floyd. And it was just something that I was just a little shocked to see. It was really just quick, fast. And I think, Floyd's been putting in some work in between this matchup with his 6 and 11 matchup between Ook here. And as we say that, Floyd tearing into it here. Ook got about a 130-ish, and both these players just really going on a tear at this level 7, Savage.
And Floyd has a misdrop in the center of the board that he's going to have to work around, and he's going to have to just make sure that he doesn't have any inputs that are wrong when the center of that board is like that, because it's going to be slow going. But clearing out that yellow horizontally means that he can take this blue in column 4 down if he undertucks. So he's going to be making some options for that. You see him building, and there he goes. He gets it and takes out some yellows to boot. And Ook has some interesting options with this blue. Didn't go for the double blue on the left-hand side, but now he takes it. It's really lucky, Swang, that he got 2 opportunities at that.
Yeah, those double blues really don't come up. And then you get them. You get the instance of it wishing you had it 10 pills earlier, but Ook got it within a very appropriate time there. So it was really a treat to see that. But as we say that here, Floyd dropping things down, he is going to look for perhaps a blue to clear up the horizontal blue to get the I did not expect that to clear that way, and I know Floyd is thinking the same thing too. That's a little bit, he's going to just clear it down, top down. I don't blame him. That's the best approach at this point.
Yeah, so he has abandoned that plan, and it's giving Ook a little bit of an opportunity to take this down. And you see that this is really just a game of just a couple of columns with a really nice combo there. And he's gonna have to go vertically on column 3. Ooh, but he's got a
I like
nice
that D sandwich.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
the
was
D
excellent.
sandwich. I didn't see that, but
That was
Floyd
good.
already into his level 8 here and working on that with some nice diversity, tucking it down to the bottom of the bottle and starting to make sure that he's prioritizing all the areas of the board.
Yeah, and as we said, I'm looking at Floyd's board. He's got that chasm in that 5th column and pretty much a gap at the very bottom of his board here, whereas Uka's a very top, dense top line here, and then kind of a density at the bottom of his board here. So I kind of like Uka's board because it's got a lot of flatness, which is going to mean that it's going to be fewer drops for Ook if he could really capitalize on that. But as we say that, Floyd with a very slight lead over on Ook there, and now Ook bring it back down to 2. Now it's a tied game here, Savage.
Yeah, and I think maybe even Ook stands to get a little bit ahead of the game, because if you take a look at Floyd's board right now, and he managed to, when he took that blue, he did drop down the plan that he was maybe making for that horizontal red. So he wants to use red every place that he can get it in just the appropriate place. So it might give Ook a little bit of an advantage. Ook is working on a little bit of a high up board there in columns 6, 7, and 8. What do you think about there? Are you going to be trying to make a horizontal up there with those blues there, Swung? What would you do?
Well, let's see here. I mean, he could potentially. Luckily, he's not getting the blues, and it's a little difficult because he's got that red garbage on top of that yellow. Ook is signaling he's going to clear it out vertically, and I think that's an okay thing. But I think with that gap that was in that 5th column is a little difficult to clear up those blues. And as we said, well, Ook cleared up there. So Ook actually clearing up the blues horizontally. Oh my God, sweet tea! Wow.
That was a fresh sassy combo. I liked that. And now Floyd going to get out of level 8 at about a 456, 457, which is a slowed down pace from that first level. And Ook seeing that double yellow tucking into column 1, very nicely done. When he gets one more yellow, he's going to be out, and there he is out at about a 516.
That was some heads up play from Ook. Players are often asked. They often ask the question. How do we improve in this game of Dr. Mario? And looking at the next pill box is really going to make sure that your plans that you have set up isn't going to conflict with other plans here. And Ook recognizing that his next pill was going to be more beneficial with that double yellow to clear things up here and make sure that he was able to clear it up with the fewer amounts of yellows here. Meanwhile, when we take a look at Floyd's board, he is going to signal to clear up those yellows horizontally at his own leisure, since there's no really sort of clearing facts. I like that under clear from Floyd, since that red was not exposed. He can create some flexibility from that here. But Floyd really going through a rampage with this level 9 here, down to his final 14.
Yeah, and his deal is that he's going to really need to look out for blue and how he uses it. And so far, he's been very good and efficient at that. He's making lots of signals that I think try to take out that blue in row 2 horizontally, the one on the right-hand side. So we'll see about that. Meanwhile, Ook taking some drop time down in the center of the board. Blue, really no use to him, and he's got a little bit of an awkward spot in columns 2 and 3. If he drops down that yellow piece, it's going to be falling a quarter of a second for every row, and that's going to take some drop time.
Yeah, and it's really stacked up on top. He's got red, and then a yellow, then a red, and a yellow, and he is going to clear that up here. But as we say that, we look over at Floyd's board. He's out of 636, and I think that's a time that was a lot faster than Floyd expected. I think he was a little miffed coming out of that level 8, but a 636 is definitely nothing to sneeze at, and it's actually a really fast time for anyone in this level block here. So kudos to Floyd for keeping his cool into his level 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny where the community is at a place, because I was like, oh, this game, Floyd's got to be really upset with this, and then it's still a sub 7. So it's like, okay, yeah, so this is where we are.
Ook's gonna go ahead and finish this up. He just needs 2 more reds here.
There he goes.
Oh,
And he
not
gets
great,
them.
nothing. Yeah, there we go. 722.
Yeah, but if he brings the level of some of these plays that we've been seeing, we're going to have a closer game than that for our second game. We've got a ready from Floyd already.
Looks like we also got a ready from Ook. Our DrMC bot's going to count us down. Savage, let's do this in 3, 2, 1, and pills.
we kind of did that.
A little bit there. It's a little bit of a slight delay, but I will say this. We're not going to see any delays with the quick thinking that both these players are putting on here. I do like that Floyd has everything fired off. One combo, two combos, drop that yellow down. No, he doesn't take that, but we're seeing some excellent plays from both these players here. Look at this interesting development on Ook's side. He just needs a blue, probably a blue-yellow. No, it does not take that, but is going to drop everything down here. But he's got a 4-virus lead over on Floyd.
Yeah, and this board pretty interesting. I mean, I was really worried about it because of all of the blue-red that was on there, but he really got the pills that he needed and is making it work. And if he keeps getting red-yellow, he's going to be able to clear these horizontally in the bottom of the board and not worry too much about what's going on. Everything is set up. Now, he was trying to avoid a little drop time by where he was dropping that double red, but he decided to take it in the end. Now, both of them are very close together. Good looking boards for both players. Floyd is going to have to take a little bit of drop time. He takes it here. Now he just needs a couple more reds and then he'll be out. Ook's looking at drop time, but he's going to be out first at about a 115.
Yeah, he prioritized those yellows at the bottom in the best way possible here. You know, he had 3 yellows lined up, ready to go. If he fired up the yellow on top, that would have conflicted with his plans, which would prevent him from clearing the other yellows at the bottom here. So Ook recognizing that, prioritizing his order of operations and making sure that everything was cleared in the best way to make sure there was no conflicting plans. And that's what yielded Ook a 114 out of that here. Meanwhile, when we take a look at Floyd's board, he is going to go with his top-down clearing, as we see from Floyd. Looks like he is going to drop down. Yes, he is still maintaining that top board here, and it's a 3-virus game between these two players here, and I'm liking Floyd's board. He's got potentials for horizontals if he chooses to clear it that way.
And I liked his drop there with that red-yellow right at the center of the board. He made a platform for that so that he didn't have to take drop time. And that's a prioritization move that, you know, you may think, well, why didn't he put it on the blue when he had the chance? But it makes a lot of sense, especially because he was avoiding that drop time. But Ook still carries a little bit of a lead here. It might not last because look at, oops, all reds.
Yeah. Reds for Ook, but he got that red on top there to minimize the drop.
That's
he just needs
good.
3 of them out there. This is excellent, excellent play. And I like how Floyd tucked that blue-red with the red piece hanging over to the left. Excellent work as he drops it down, clearing it down. Just needs a couple of blues to get out. But Ook screaming through into level 8. He was out at about a 238, 239 going into this level 8 here, Savage. And he's, again, doing some really fantastic work with that. But Floyd also out at a 247. So both these players are neck and neck going into this second game, level 8.
Yeah, I mean, Ook did join the sub-6 club this year. I think it was in a match against me, and you know PB strats, you can't argue with him. So he is very capable of pulling this off. Wow, look at that slide that Floyd made all the way to the right. That is not easy to do. And he was able to get those blue reds off in columns 7 and 8. So he's looking very good. He's about 7-9 viruses behind right now, but there's diversity on his board, and he's got some low drop clears. So
Ook
this
with
is
the
going to be a
drop
close
P.
one.
Yes, there we go. I was wondering if he was going to hold off on that blue-yellow at the side there. He did. The patience paid off for Ook, and he has an 11-virus lead on Floyd. That's something you don't really say every day here, folks. This is a really torrid pace coming from Ook the Librarian here. He's down to just needing a couple blues. Probably going to clear.
Oh, and
yes,
he's got the double blue. Wow.
Look at this. He is playing lights out. Is Ook the Librarian here? He's going to take that red, tuck that down, blue to get out here, but he is out at a 358. That is blistering fast.
What? Okay.
Dang.
All right. Okay. I'm a little bit speechless here. That is a really amazing pace.
Wow.
Yeah. And Floyd, not far behind here. He is working on just the same column, and you know, you hate it when your end viruses are in the exact same column. Just needs a couple of blues. Uh-oh. And out at a 424.
And it's worth noting, 424 is also a really good time.
Yeah, it really is.
But when your opponent is playing their PB strats, I mean, like, this is tough. I mean, this is really, and look at Floyd's board. He's got reds and blue. Okay, now he's exposed it with some yellows there, but this is really tricky to get things down here. I think as it clears reds horizontally. No, he does not take it. He clears those reds horizontally.
Yeah, I thought
drop
that
it
was
down. Yeah, I thought he's
a
gonna
good
drop it
move,
down
so-
here, but yeah, I mean, it still worked out. He's got reds upon reds upon reds, and as we see that here, Floyd dropping it down, but Ook down to the very bottom. Sweet tea, let's go! Oh man.
I love that like Ook's speedy play is basically turning us into like as though we were on speed. This is just very, very exciting. Ook's all-time best is about a 553, and Floyd's is 544. Floyd's got some really good ideas for the bottom of this board. He's got to watch that blue that's in column 3. I was really worried about that blue yellow that he had because I think his only way to go probably is to take the red out horizontally in that row 1, and there he goes. He gets the double red for that. Ook just needs a couple more reds. Let's see. Is he going to get them? And is he going to PB?
Oh my God. It's down to the last bit of it here.
Yes, he is. PB for.
Oh, was it within 1 second? Wait a minute. What? What?
Oh, no.
No way. No way.
Oh, wow.
Did we? Okay, wait. Hold up. Did we just experience the first beating of the PB strats meta? Is this what happened, or is this an overtime? This is on. We gotta check. We have to check the tape. It's within 1 second. No way. No way.
Oh.
What? My mind is blown.
I mean, honestly, going into that level 9, I was like, okay,
wow.
Ook probably has this. And then even in the middle of that level, I was like, Ook probably has this. And then Floyd just, wow.
We're gonna have to confirm that. That is too close to say here. Ook throwing in a towel, but I think that was a little. Yeah, wow.
Oh.
We're gonna double check with our restreamer, perhaps, just to make sure here. I know chat wants some more. I don't think either of these players. I mean, Ook wants a decider, but we'll see how it goes with that. But wow.
So one of the things about the rules, if you are just joining us for one of your first tournaments, and Swang and I are no stranger to this rule, is that if you do end up tying, and that is we do not go to hundredths of a second or tenths of a second or whatever. If we end up tying, you do just go straight to the next level. So these two would be playing level 10, and whatever you get, and you hopefully don't need to be upset, but then whoever wins that has won the game. Or you go do it again. Maybe in Swang's case. Was it you that had to do double overtime?
Yeah, let's not talk about it.
Well, we won't talk about that. Okay.
I mean, we can't talk about it. It was fine. Yeah, that was ridiculous. It was like getting out level 17 into 18 into 19. Like, what is this? Oh man.
But folks, I mean, Swang getting really excited. I mean, this really isn't something that you see every day. First of all, both competitors getting under 6 minutes, definitely rare. Ook doing that, rare. It's his second time, right? So this is a big improvement for Ook, and he's showing that he's really ready to turn on the heat. And it's rare that this happens against Floyd. So, we're used to seeing Floyd very dominant, especially in this series, as we mentioned before. So this is very, very exciting.
Yeah, I'm speechless. Yeah,
Swan can't even handle himself.
I can't word today, folks. That's what it is right there. It was wow, wowzers, bowsers. Indeed, this is wow.
No Bowser in this game. Only viruses.
That's true.
And as our restreamer again checks this out, if you're Ook, he's saying in chat, you don't leave Matt at a 549. I mean, you laid it on the table. Like everything is out there. And having a sub 4 time for 6 through 8 is beautiful and a sign for amazing things to come.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just seeing that, I was like, holy moly, this is a bliss. This is amazing. This is just like, man, Ook found that 5th and 6th gear going into that level, and wow. But we're still gonna get a confirmation just to double check here. We have its confirmation. Savage, what are the results?
All right, we have the DrMC saying checked both the beginning and the end, and Floyd wins. All right.
Wow.
So GG's to Floyd, and of course GG's to Ook for giving us that amazing game and that amazing match. Ook, we will almost certainly see you again next month. And Floyd will be moving on to face the winner of tomorrow's match, our number 3 seed Dawn Venier versus our number 14 seed Betty B. So you'll see him again tomorrow. and we are going to take a break and come back to our next match. So we'll see you in a couple. This is the Dr. Mario Championship. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the DrMC as we enter into our final match of our day 1 of the August Speed Tournament. How many clauses can I put into that sentence? I don't even know, but it gave me time to be joined by someone you just saw on screen, OoktheLibrarian. Ook, congratulations for that amazing PB.
Well, thanks, Savage. It was a that was a lot. I'm still catching my breath after that one, and that's what you love about this game. You know, anything can happen, and most often it does. And yeah, this match, who knows what's going to happen here? You've got two really solid players.
Yeah, and as we were saying before your match, you and Floyd had met each other quite a few times, and it was always in Floyd's favor. And Packy and Flindo are kind of the same story here. This is the 4th time that they're meeting. Packy has won all of the meetups, but I mean, Flindo is rapidly he's been a giant killer for a little bit of time. So this is going to be an exciting one.
Absolutely. These two have met 3 times now in the first round, and this is the highest rank that Flindo has taken, the best seed that he's had. So yeah, there's a lot going on here, and Flindo knows that every win that he gets, as we mentioned in the pre-show, is going to help him move up and stay up against Swang, because the two of them are really leapfrogging each other. So he knows that with Swang out this month, he needs to take advantage of that and try to get a really good seed. That 7 seed is good, but it's, no seed is safe right now.
Yes, that is definitely true. And we are seeing these players practice. All they need to do is ready up, and we would love to have that happen before they finish that level block. Just a word from the ether. But yeah, Swang and I were just in the booth talking about how just wild this month is, really, because Packy being the 7th seed and almost making it onto level 18 in that qualifier, that is ridiculous in a great way, but totally ridiculous.
Yeah, definitely. It just goes to show you how far this community has gone, as far as qualifiers go, and then it's starting to show up in our tournament matches as well. It's just, everything is just getting so much better with our players, and it's a really fun time to be getting into this scene.
And we have our countdown: 3, 2, 1, pills. You heard us just mention qualifiers, and in order to qualify for the tournament, you can go to our Discord, look up the rules, but you play for half an hour starting on level 0, and your seed is based on how much you clear. So the more you can clear, the better you are on a seed. And these two are off, and they are neck and neck already. That's to be expected this close into the time. But these boards are interesting. They're kind of both getting to be the similar place where they're getting high up pretty quickly, Ook.
Yeah, Flindo was running into a real problem not having access to yellow for a while. And you could even see some garbage that he was placing and trying to work around. It was literally him trying to find something to do with his yellows. And that's slowed him down just a little bit. He's about 3 viruses behind. It's not a very large gap, and it doesn't come with any time difference either. But, as you can see, he's already catching up. It really is just pills at this moment.
Yeah, but honestly, Packy's been really turning on the heat with some really cool moves. I mean, he had a swim into column 1 on high speed, and that kind of tuck is just amazing. It takes so much in order to do that. Now he just needs a red, and he'll be clearing out his viruses, but JonDatFlindo out first at 116. Packy 2 seconds behind, just didn't get the pills for the end of that level. But now Packy's opening has a very nice flat top, but a lot of yellow-blue.
Yeah, but check out this combo from JonDatFlindo. That is going to set
this
up
is going to fall.
Nice double. And yeah,
Packy
Packy making some great plays himself. I do like the number of doubles that Flindo, and triples there that he just pulled off, that JonDatFlindo has up on this board now. A lot of them are horizontal. but it is going to it is going to work out for him for the most part, especially what he's about to place right here.
Yeah, this is going to be really good. And oh, he has this opportunity. He did not take the blue horizontally. I'm a little bit surprised at that, but I guess it would have caused some garbage to fall there. Meanwhile, speaking of horizontals, Packy takes out a nice horizontal there. Now he only needs red and yellow, and nothing is on the bottom of that board. So he's probably going to be working on those yellows horizontally and then trying to clean up everything else vertically. It'd be great if he got another red yellow, and that will drop down straight into a horizontal. Nicely done, Packy. Needs a couple more yellows, and he will be out at a 237. Excellent pace.
Yeah, and Flindo's just waiting around for some blues. The doctor, of course, not give a thing. But that 13 seconds that he's behind, about 8 to 9 of those were just waiting on blues. So again, these two players are keeping it very close, and that's what we expect this high level play.
For sure. Now, Packy's going to run into a little bit of a red issue, and not going to be a lot once he starts to clear this out. And most of it is actually paired with blues, so that's going to be a little bit tight for him. But he's going to get that red blue on the side there and start working through that. And nice straightforward combos there. John, look at this blue situation.
Yeah, it's been a tough road so far for JonDatFlindo. He's really had to pull out everything that he's got. He had a super swim earlier, just to kind of find a place to put everything that he's got. Now with this yellow blue, good placement on the left hand side there, but yeah, it's not been the best RNG for Flindo, and that helps explain the difference between these two, as Packy is playing as well as he ever does, and the slightly better RNG is really doing it for him.
Yeah, and he can undertuck. Ooh, I don't know if
Oh yeah,
Packy
he was prepped
wanted
for an
to.
undertuck.
Yeah, he was prepped for it. Didn't get that first one. Didn't get punished for him. Out at a 412. And just for context, you were out at a sub 4 in your last game, which was pretty outstanding. But yeah, Flindo still struggling with this blue, just not getting it. And this is the same story as the last level. That's what this time is coming from.
Yeah, but you know what? Getting out of 8 at a sub 5, it's really it's always helpful there. So it's these level 9s. 9 can do a lot of things to you, and so no lead is safe right now. And Packy knows that, so of course he's not going to take his foot off the gas here.
Oh, definitely not. He's going to need to get some blue pretty soon to open up this board, because it's just a very weird shape. It's kind of like Swiss cheese, a lot of holes in it. Trying to work his way through that. And of course, column 1, a little bit troubling with the 2 blues on top of that red, and that's why he really needs to clear out that space he can underclear, or now it's open so he can use red any place he wants in that column 1.
Yeah, and JonDatFlindo doing a really smart placement there.
Love it.
Prepping for a horizontal, and it looked like he was just prepping for some garbage. In reality, he knew this horizontal was coming up, and I knew he was going to try that swim. That is dangerous at high speed. He is playing on medium though, so very helpful that that wasn't a problem.
That looked very, very good.
But
And
yeah,
let's see.
it looks like Packy's gonna have this one. He just needs a couple more blues and 1 yellow, and he will be out. But it is going to be 6:05. GG's to Packy, and wow, Flindo not too far behind. At least it's not blue this time.
Yeah, that would be rough.
It would just be insult to injury at this point. So 6:26, that's a really good time. Your sub 6:30s are nothing to sneeze at. So GG's to both these players.
Both of them playing faster than their average speed. So very nicely done to both players. That's really what you are shooting for. You're shooting for constant improvement and for your opponent to keep you on your toes like that, Not a lot of easy wins out there these days. We've been talking about that.
And for those of you who don't usually play on Friday nights, apparently it's the way to go. As we're getting a lot of sub-average times, and that's what we want to see. We do have readies from both of our players, and looks like we had our 3-2-1 pills.
And here we go. Let's see. Packy's
Yeah.
going to end up with a little bit of trouble with some red. Now, I'm a little worried about this column 1. He's leaving it isolated here up top, which means that he is going to be drilling down, but he's got a beautiful T with those yellows to start.
Yeah, he had the opportunity with that double red earlier to go ahead and start working that column. I'm a little surprised he didn't. That would have saved him some drop time, but it's Packy. He tends to see more pills than any other player because he has that never stop pressing down mentality. And he does still have a lead here of about a couple of viruses at this point.
Yeah, but now Packy's column 2 is going to drop down. Now this is going to take a bunch of drop time, but the entire column 1 is going to be cleared out. He would love a double blue right now, and he's waiting for it. You can see he gets it. Nicely done.
Yeah, nicely done.
113.
JonDatFlindo not going to be far behind. In fact, he is down to the last pill. A little bit of a swag there. He's out at a 121. So that's sub 130 for both players. It's it's a baseline. It's what players like me look for. It's what players like these guys take as a given, I think, most of the time. But yeah, I don't hate JonDatFlindo's board, especially with this double blue coming in. Look at that. And Packy with it takes a triple right beside him. That is not something you see every day, as these two are just blasting right through this level 7. They're going to be through it in no time.
Yeah, it's this one's pretty exciting, and you see Flindo building the opportunity for a T with those reds, and if he does it with this red blue, yes, and he gets a horizontal down below, very nicely done to basically tie it up. And Packy's going to be dealing with drop time in probably at least one column there, but yeah, I was wondering if he was going to hold out for red yellows, but he doesn't. He just needs one more red, and he gets it out at a 231. Very nice time. Flindo out at a 235. So that lead is just about the same as it was in the first level.
Yeah, these two are keeping pace with each other, and Flindo is staring down the barrel of an almost entirely yellow section of his board. That is going to cause some issues with him if the doctor doesn't cooperate. Now he is setting up. He's setting up to have his yellows all taken out at once, but not sure how that's going to look now. Meanwhile, on Packy's side, everything is kind of up in the air, but he does have access to a lot more viruses than JonDatFlindo does. So this is going to be a little bit of a tough one for Flindo to catch Packy on.
Yeah, it's interesting. Packy is really hoping for this fat log, and the double red coming just afterwards. But he's manufactured it. Look at that, a fat log T for Packy there, and that opens up that whole board. Very, very nicely done. Red is going to be the color that he needs the most of, but he's not afraid to take that drop time. He's going to want any kind of blue to tuck there.
Yeah, Flindo's found himself in a really good position, but Packy just needs one more red, and that is, I did not even realize we were on 8 when I was talking earlier. So it's going to be closing in, but yeah, definitely Packy taking the lead out of that 8 quite a bit as these two get ready for this final level.
And again, sort of a story from a previous game. Flindo's losing some of that momentum that he had and widening the gap was basically because he did not get the pill that he needed at the end. They were basically neck and neck. His board's a little more diverse at the top than Packy's is, and he has a nice slide there into columns 1 and 2 to get things moving. But Packy's got a situation where basically he has a use for just about everything to either clear viruses or advance plans down the board. So as soon as he drops this blue that's there in column 4, he's going to have some interesting stuff going.
Yeah, meanwhile, on JonDatFlindo's side, it's not a bad board. He's got a lot of opportunities here. Definitely better than his 8 looked, but again, Packy is just zooming right through. And, you know, he had serve going into this level and looks like he is going to maintain it. But man, oh man, what a great matchup between these two.
Mm-hmm. And let's see, we've got Packy trying to manufacture a fat log. He's going to get it as soon as he drops a yellow down. Watch this. Packy's side on the left. Boom. Drops that fat log. And now undertucks the blue. He's going to be out sub 5. Sorry, sub 6. 544.
And just to show the level of respect Packy has for Flindo, you saw he was given the over-the-shoulder look there for a minute. As he was getting close to the end of the level, he was taking a peek, kind of seeing, you know, where is my opponent? Is he close? And you don't do that if you think you're going to win pretty easily. And Flindo, poor guy, he's just getting stuck with these missing the one color bursts, and that is a dangerous place to be playing from.
Ooh. It's up so high. I know, medium speed you can do it, but it still makes me nervous. He's out at a 624. Again, faster than his average, but let's just put the community into context here for a second. So this fastest time that Packy just got, it is tied with 4 other times that are the same, and you know, it's going to be bumped right off the bottom of our hot times. So you're not going to even see it on that website that we use to keep lovely stats. So things really heated up, and Packy, no doubt, will surely be on fire tomorrow in his next match. But GG's to both players. So thank you so much on behalf of me, Ook, Swang, Larva, and of course our amazing restreamer, the Dave, who makes us look so good. And thank you so much for watching. And until we see you tomorrow at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern, take your vitamins.